Good morning, children. Today we are here to discuss Unit 6 Structure of Atom of 10th class. In previous class, we have completed electromagnetic spectrum. What is electromagnetic spectrum? And within that also we have completed visible spectrum also. Let me come to visible spectrum. Which are colors existing together? The different group of wavelengths and frequencies and energies clubbing together forms in the form of one spectrum. That spectrum is called as visible spectrum. We have seen it. In which Hibbe's colors will be there: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So on, all these colors will have different wavelength, different frequency, different energy. If you go for red, it will having longest wavelength and having low frequency. If you go for violet, it will be having a shortest wavelength and having high frequency and high energy. We have discussed clearly. Based upon the electromagnetic spectrum, one more concept, electromagnetic radiation. Maxwell Planck introduced one theory. That theory is called as quantum theory of electromagnetic radiations. In the 19th century, according to that, what is meant by electromagnetic radiation? They used to believe that electromagnetic radiation is nothing but what? A wave motion which has no mass, as well as reflected property, and refracted property can be explained much more clearly. That was the concept believed in 19th century. Based upon the wave nature of electromagnetic radiations are the radiations which doesn't have mass, can explain only two properties, that is reflection as well as refraction. Second one is what? It could not explain the properties called as photoelectric effect. Simultaneously, black body radiation, interference concept, diffraction concept, these all concepts have not explained by that particular theory in the year 19th century. Later on, Maxwell Planck came into exist, and he would like to give a new definition for electromagnetic radiation based upon black body radiation there itself. What was that particular point? What was the definition he would like to give it? He has taken different atoms as well as different molecules. Different atoms or different molecules. They can emit radiation or they can absorb radiation. They can emit radiation as well as they can absorb radiation in discrete level, not in a continuous form of energy, but in discrete form of energy, non-continuous form of energy. They will be absorbing energy or emitting radiation. And he also said that the absorbing of energy as well as emission of energy can be taken place in the form of quantum or quanta. What is called as quanta? It is called as nothing but what? Energy packets. It is called as what? Energy packets. Quanta or quantum is called as what? Energy pocket. And this energy, whether it is absorbing or emitting energy, is directly proportional to the frequency of that particular wave. E is directly proportional to V. If I take this proportionality symbol, I will get E is equal to h mu. That is equal to where E is called as energy of radiation, H is called as Planck's constant, whose value is equal to 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second, or 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 27 ergs per second. We can give it up, and mu is called as frequency of radiation. By this particular theory, I said there itself, he grew up with the continuous energy prediction of electromagnetic radiation by assuming E is equal to h mu. If I take E is equal to h mu, multiples of Planck constant as well as frequency energy is nothing but what? Multiples of h and mu. If I take first level itself, first one if it is 1 h mu, 2 h mu, 3, 4, so on, n h mu till n h mu, the values will be existing. Example, we know clearly that red color is having higher wavelength as well as low frequency and low energy. Similarly, blue color is having low wavelength and higher frequency and energy. If you compare red color and blue color, I have taken here red color and blue color. If I am comparing these two things, we will observe that red color is lower than that of blue color, as it is having shortest wavelength and high frequency as well as high energy, longest wavelength and low frequency and low energy will be existing. Based upon this is that energy emitted by a material of a body is it will increases with increasing heat energy or heat of the body, hot body radiation. If it is increasing, depending upon that it increases its energy. So Max Planck significantly explained that heat gained by a body or heat lost by a body will be directly proportional to frequency in the form of one values. What are those values? Discrete values. That's the reason red color is having h mu. Orange color it is having 2h mu, yellow color 3h mu, green color 4h mu, blue color 5h mu, indigo 6, violet 7, so on. As the frequency increases, if you go from bottom to top, frequency increases, energy increases. Therefore, depending upon this relation, energy is directly proportional to frequency. Each and every color will have discrete energy values. So therefore, it is not a continuous energy, but it is a non-continuous or discrete value energy. This was the concept explained by whom? Max Planck. Based upon this particular concept, an activity is there. Let me perform that activity. Till that time, quantum theory of radiation of Maxwell-Planck. According to the theory, now we are going to perform one activity, that is activity 2 within unit 6 of structure of the atom of 10th class. What does this particular activity 2 gives information? It gives information about emission and absorption of light spectrum, emission of radiation as well as absorption of light spectrum. If we take it up, it is nothing but what? Collection of group of wavelengths. For example, if I am taking a visible spectrum, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Each color is together. If I am mixing it up, I am getting one color. What is that color? White color, light spectrum. I am getting it up. When I am allowing this particular white color light spectrum to be get incident on the surface on a prism, we can see these visual colors. Each color is having its own wavelength and frequency and energy. If you go for red color, it is the longest wavelength. The wavelength existing has low frequency and low energy. Why? Means as energy is directly proportional to frequency according to the concept of Maxwell-Planck. That is nothing but what? E is equal to h mu, quantization of energy. Red color is having longest wavelength and low frequency and low energy. If you go for violet color, it is having a shortest wavelength and high frequency and high energy. Due to variation in this particular all wavelengths, frequencies as well as energies, they will produce different colors. Therefore, it is called as collection of group of wavelengths. We can give it a V, I, B, G, Y, O, R. We can give it a. That is nothing but what? A spectra. We are getting it up. To perform this particular activity, I am taking two substances. First one is what? Cupric chloride substance. I have taken it up, and I have taken one watch glass plate. On the surface of that one, I have placed powdered cupric chloride. added hydrochloric acid to it and I made it in the form of paste, and the paste I collected on platinum loop. On which I am looking the platinum loop and burn that one with non-luminous flame. If I heat this one substance with non-luminous flame, what happens to that one? This cupric chloride gives one color. What is that color? Green color. If you take it a Vibgyor color, green color is existing here there itself. It has its own wavelength, own frequency, and own wavelength, own frequency, and own energy existing will be existing depending upon what it is producing red color. Simultaneously, you go for sodium chloride, there itself substance. Take that one, a powder, and place it on another glass plate. Take a glass plate powder, you place it. Add again hydrochloric acid to that one clockwise and make it in the form of paste. Place it in what? Platinum loop and heat it with what? Non-luminous flame. Just heat it up. This particular sodium chloride will produce one color. That color is nothing but what? Crimson red color will be get produced. This crimson red color is having also within visible spectrum is existing. Red is having its longest wavelength, we can call it has low frequency and low energy will be get existing. And similarly, if you go for one more example called as sodium vapor lamp. During night times as we are coming through highway, we can observe this particular sodium vapor lamp which produces what color there? Yellow color will be get produced on the street lamp there. During night times while coming on highway near Indaloi as well as Sadashiv Nagar. At that place we can see the lamp, sodium lamps will be get existing. They produce what color there? Yellow color. Yellow color is also existing here. This yellow color is having its own wavelength, own frequency and own energy. Therefore, Vibgyor color is emission of radiations or absorption of radiations from the light spectrum is nothing but what? Collection of group of wavelengths. This collection of group of wavelengths will differ in their wavelength, differ in their frequency, differ in their energy. Therefore, each color is having its own nature, its own characteristics. It has its own characteristics. Therefore, they emit its own characteristic color. That particular, each color is having its own characteristics. Violet is having its own, indigo is having its own, blue is having its own, green is having its own, yellow is having its own, orange is having its own, red is having its own characteristic color. If you compare this is a collection of a spectrum there in which discrete colors are existing there. That is called as nothing but what? A line spectra. These discrete colors produce what? A line spectra. Line spectra, for what purpose this line spectra will be useful? This line spectra is used to identify unknown atoms such as what? Fingerprints. We can use this one in crime branch itself, CBI, Central Bureau of Investigations. They will use this particular line spectra concept to identify unknown theft. A person who killed a person or who theft the thing so on can be identified by knowing his fingerprints there itself. That is the concept of line spectra. Next one is what? What is the definition of line spectra? I have said that line spectra is this one, but what would be this for the line spectra or atomic spectra? If I take an atom consisting of two stages, one is ground state, other one is excited state. When they emit light, that is what? The element which is existing in excited state emit light of certain wavelength. Emits light of certain wavelength. For example, any one color, if it is a particle, the charged part element is existing at this point, electrons. Electrons moving from ground state to excited state of an individual atom. As it is entering into excited state, it emits color of its own wavelength of different certain wavelength lambda, which corresponds to what? Different colors. The emitted light can be observed a series of colors. This light is real light is emitting there itself. That emitted light can be observed series of colored lines. It can observe what color? Series of colored lines. with dark spaces. For example, here one color line is there, in between them dark space is there. Here one color line is there, in between them what is there? Dark space is there. Here one color line is there, in between them what space is there? Dark space. Color light, dark space, color light, dark space, so on it will be that existing. The series of these colored lines, can be called it as nothing but what? A line spectra. Line spectra means what? Emission spectra. Excited state, from excited state, emitting a light, a charged particle. If it is emitting light, that after a wavelength correspond to different colors. In this way, different colors they can correspond. These different colors can be observed as one series of colors itself. Orange, green, as well as white color are taken up. Between them, dark space will be existing. The series of these color lines can be called as nothing but what? Line spectra. By this, we have completed activity 2, which is related to what? Planck's quantum theory of radiation, how the emission of radiation and absorption of radiation can be taken place within the Planck spectra concept we have completed. Thank you children. Watch this video twice and try to grab the knowledge so that you can get much more familiar with the topic. In next class, we will discuss with what? Bohr atomic model of hydrogen spectra. Till that time, watch this video twice and to understand the concept. Thank you children.